Hi everybody, how are you? Weekly update time for CIT members and questions and answers for all of you as well. I'm just going to give it a couple of seconds here. I know that a couple of people are joining in to view the live broadcast, so just going to add a couple of people here just to make sure that they're on. I know they need to join. Bridget needs to join as well because she needs to get all the guys on from our other groups. Paul joined, Petrie's joined, Ryan and Deirdre joined. Okay, Bridget, hi Bridget. Please can we just give it a couple of seconds and just get the other guys on board that just want the update. And then we'll start. If you haven't joined us, this is just me babbling on about my project with Crypto Index Token. Every week at around this time, more or less, I just give the guys an update on what the weekly earnings was, and just chat on a couple of questions and answers, and just explain to everybody where we are in the process of the project. It's still early days, but building very, very nicely. Bridget sent out a couple of reminders to all of our members on the various groups, and very warm welcome to all the French-speaking guys. We've just created your group a couple of hours ago, and I know Bridget said that the French are starting to join CIT in their masses, so very warm welcome to them. And then I've got the Spanish and the German group also probably joining us within the next couple of minutes as well. They all said that they wanted to just get a couple of questions answered. But the weekly update is we're busy trading with, well, we ended the week off with about $153,000 in the trading account. We made about just under 7.5% on top of that for the week, returning obviously half of that to the members and the other half going into the long-term trading account. So you're looking at about 3.65% return, which is about 5.378 Bitcoin that each person got for your stake, which is the amount of tokens that you're holding. And yeah, it's amazing how quickly, as soon as Bridget's put that poster up onto the groups, just informing you of the official results, how quickly I start getting messages of everybody and how well they're doing. So I'm very, very happy everyone's doing so well. And if you've got any questions regarding CIT, this is the opportunity to ask them. Before the time on the groups, we kind of give the guys a heads up, and then they're welcome to pop in their questions already, so that I just have an idea of what they're looking at wanting me to answer. So we might cover your question today. If not, just pop it into the comments and I'll get to it as I progress through the live broadcast. I just want to find this note that I made here with regards to the questions. Okay, the sellback option should be opened, and then let's talk about the sellback option. What we wanted to do, well, what we're doing is, after a certain period of time, we'll obviously open up a section on our website which will allow you to sell back your tokens if you wish to do so. So a couple of people are asking, when is this going to take realization? And it will happen through the course of the third, fourth stage, about halfway through. Initially on the roadmap, that's what all the members need to understand. Originally on the roadmap, we projected to be, at this point in time of the year, we were projecting to be more than 3/4 of the way through the token sale. We obviously haven't achieved that as yet, and we know that's mainly due to the big crash that happened in December. So what was happening, if I look at a lot of my friends and a lot of the clients that have joined or that are looking and planning to join, the major idea was come December, they've all bought some Bitcoin, and at that moment in time, they were buying Bitcoin or filling their wallets. Hey, Richard, they were filling their wallets with BTC, but that was when it was valued at about $20,000. And then obviously since then, they've kind of lost value. So a lot of people, I think, are still sitting on it, either sitting on their Bitcoin and hoping and waiting for when the next moment is where it climbs up. Hey, Monique, how are you? Nice to see you too. And then climb into CIT. And then remember, a couple of weeks ago, I was also telling you that you know, a lot of people also went into a lot of other programs. These programs that promise you the moon and the stars and 5% per day, 3% per hour, all these funny little gimmick things. If any program is offering you a certain amount of percentage per hour or per day or something, you need to see it as a red flag. And I'm talking from previous experience. I also got caught in this, okay? And like anyone, you can tell them that you've done this and you weren't successful, and you can spot a scam. And when you're just starting in Bitcoin, or you're just starting on online in the online realm, everyone kind of jumps on these things. You can give them the advice, but they still go and do it, and they'll still have to learn the hard way. And then they'll come back, and a lot of times these people come back and they've lost a lot because they were getting 3% per day for a couple of weeks, and suddenly the program shut down on them and they don't know where to go. And they come to us, and then they start with nominal amounts. So, you know, we've got to look at it from a big global point of view. Things like this is happening, and a lot of people are putting businesses together where they can quickly take people's money and go and do something with it. They give you a couple of weeks returns, and then after a while they just disappear. That's why we created CIT. For my Afrikaans and German people, they'll probably understand when I say I'm gatvol, I'm klaar, I'm finished. So then we sat and we designed CIT. It gives you real returns. We don't charge you guys fees for the service. We don't charge you any maintenance fees for the website, etc., etc. So what we did was you purchased the token, and the only deduction would happen for the referral. So the person that kind of introduced you to the program would then get a piece of the pie, and that's the only people is the referral system. Other than that, there's no other deductions. We did this because we wanted to make sure that the clients that are joining CIT benefit to the maximum. So a lot of other programs, they have one deduction after the next deduction after the next deduction, and when you actually start seeing your earnings and what they're working with, it's a minuscule amount at the end of the day. So we try to maximize that. So the buyback option would come in once we've gone about halfway through, 3/4 of the way through the sale, the token sale, because then it would validate buying back. Remember, you're only going to be buying back for the same price you purchased. The current price is locked in at 80 cents. So if you're going to try and sell back now, you'd just be getting your money back. There wouldn't be profit, and that wasn't the idea. The idea of the buyback would be to sell it at a value that's grown, and the actual growth will only be taking place once the token sale is finished. So I don't know how to quickly draw a picture here, but there's two things that's currently happening, and I think people need to understand this. When you purchased into the tokens, the actual token gives you the right to earn 50% of the income generated from trading on a weekly basis. So every Tuesday, like today, we pay out the 50%. That's at 3.67%. Bridget, just keep me up to date with numbers here, please. 3.67%. I think that you've taken home. The other 3.67% went into the long term. Now, what's happening is, I'm sure we can all agree that the crypto market has these dips, which we've experienced, but over the long term, now we'll talk 2, 3, 4 years, things will go up eventually. So if I look back at last year, July, more or less, I think Bitcoin was trading at $400 per Bitcoin. And it obviously went up to this big 20 grand in December, and it's dropped down. But if you still look at what Bitcoin's done now, it's standing at the 8.1, 8.2, 8.3. It's hovering around there at the moment. If you look at July last year to where we are now, it's gone from 400 to 8,000, even with the dip. Okay, Every week you're seeing new predictions. Some of the big heads are looking at predicting 25 grand by the end of the year. Other people are hoping for 25,000 by the end of August, with a couple of SEC announcements to come forth in the month. Custodio, I'll answer your question for you in a couple of seconds. Just give me a sec here. And then what will happen is that growth will naturally increase the value. So we've already put money away in various coins, various altcoins, not just Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, Monero, you name it. So you're basically building up a whole string of different cryptocurrencies, which as an individual would have been very difficult to do. But as a cumulative group here, we are able to do that now. And these coins will naturally grow over the next few years, okay? The point of that is we've created two income streams for you. We've got a short-term one, which is going to give you the life that you would like eventually, where you could be earning on a weekly basis, and you'd be able to decide if you want to purchase more in or purchase 50% and reinvest 50%. And then obviously in the long term, you'd be able to sell back the tokens or sell them on an exchange or trade them on an exchange. Okay? That's coming. And we need to get more than halfway, 3/4 of the way through the token sale. Guys, that only happens with marketing. And marketing needs to happen within this program through word of mouth. It's our efforts that do it. So the quicker we all participate, the quicker we'll grow, the quicker you'll all feel the results of the massive increase. But till that time, we're going to carry on with the token sale as is. My project's working exactly the way it's supposed to be working, and it's giving returns when a lot of people saw the Bitcoin price drop. Bridget viewed, I answered and sent an overview. Okay, thanks, Bridget. But then the coin. So the coin will come in also through the halfway 3/4 mark point, because then the value of CIT tokens has gone up, and the coin is actually what you'll be trading. That's what you'll be doing. And what we'll be doing is we'll be matching it up 1 for 1. So if you've got, for example, 2,000 tokens at the moment, you'd get 2,000 coins, and those coins you could use on the trading site to accumulate more coins, to purchase more tokens, XYZ. If you're selling coins off, then you would be selling tokens as well. That's clearly explained in the white paper. Then the one question was the roadmap is a bit different to where we are now. Okay, the roadmap was the plan. The roadmap is the thing that we're trying to work towards as much as we possibly can when we set up CIT. Now, obviously there, you don't know what your project's going to do before the time or before you've started it. So you do have to make some certain assumptions based on other projects, how they've done, how many tokens they sold, and how quickly they sold them. And we kind of try to average that out to give ourselves an idea of where we could possibly be within a certain period of time. So the roadmap is what it is. I'm not going to go and sit there and change the roadmap again, because it will continue to be something of assumption. We're in the reality now. The reality is we grow at a certain pace, and until all 273 or 4 of us start participating in, participating in just getting the word out there, it'll take as long as it takes. Literally, that's it. But does it work? It's working perfectly. So that's the coin. Let me quickly just jump in here and quickly see what the other thing was that the guy sent me. A coin should be listed on the exchange. When the coins go into your wallets and you start seeing the coins, they will be on the exchanges. We've already started to talk way back then to exchanges to be prepared if suddenly there was this overflow of signups and tokens. So if we sold out earlier than what we expected, and obviously if we sell out later. So we're prepared on our side for the exchanges, and they're prepared for us when we're ready. But we're not ready. We're not in the right place to be on the exchange right now. The token sale needs to be closer to a completion. All right. Then there was a question here. We have two types of membership, a free and a pro. Okay, the free membership is anyone that joins. So Custodio, as an example, joins today. He signs up, he registers an account, and he, let's for argument's sake, say he started with the $50, and he put the $50 in, and what he would have done, what he will be benefiting is the earning on those tokens from the first day. So he earns, and he'll get his payout on the first Tuesday after he's made his registration, and he'll continue earning. For some people, they will start with nominal amounts, for example, the $50, and they would want to build this up to $20,000 to make a decent income of their choice, or $100,000 or whatever it is. But there would come a point when you would want to start withdrawing your weekly earnings or a percentage of your weekly earnings. So when you get to that point, we charge a $25 fee for the wallet to access the withdrawal button. All right, that's the only time that we actually charge anything, where we can kind of make some money back in this program to just help facilitate the website and the server payments and this payment and that payment that's in the background, and then obviously put some money aside for website development and things like this. Okay. At the moment, with 271 members, with not all of them being active at the moment, we need to bear that in mind, but with the active ones, there's only a handful that have actually put in a sum of money where they started to withdraw straight away. A lot of the other people are in this building process, or the building phase, and taking advantage of trying to get as many tokens at this 80 cents, if we go to 85 cents soon, that mark, because by the time we do hit the exchange and the tokens are sold, the value of the real value of the token would be in excess of $1.10 per token. All right, because remember, we're plowing in for a longer period of time now into this long term, which is growing and growing and growing, and that long term is actually backing the true value of our token or coin. Okay, so the token's value is not by the people trading with it and this and that and the rest. It's actually the amount of assets, we call it an asset, of the sum in our long-term trading account. The larger that trading account becomes, the greater value our token will have. So the big drive is obviously get rid of the tokens as quickly as possible. Is it compulsory to pay the $25 when you sign up? No. The minute you're ready to withdraw, you're welcome to then pay the $25, and that can be deducted from earnings that you've made already, or you can put deposit the $25 into the system and just pay the wallet fee, activate your withdrawal system, your withdrawal button, and you can withdraw. And then obviously, like I said last week, the withdrawal happens a week. You should withdraw a week in advance. So your payout or withdrawal payout will happen a week in arrears on the Thursday. All right, and that's just because we want to get the money out of the trading accounts, and that's quite a process. And then also, because of legalities and invoices and things like this, it goes through a third party, and obviously each withdrawal that we make to our clients, there's an invoice attached to it, so that we just make sure that we cover the basis of the legalities, and there's total transparency, because we do get periodically audited to make sure that we're honoring our clients' best interests. So hopefully that answers everything. For Custodio, how long does it take to see results in CIT? I'm sure that Bridget's already sent you kind of the results that we've experienced from the beginning of January, and I'm going to ask Bridget a bit later if she can't just update us maybe on a weekly or a monthly basis, just with that nice little spreadsheet that shows from when we commenced to here, because it'll be nice after 52 weeks to see what the year would look like, and then we can go through to the next year. January we start a new one, and we can continuously monitor the percentages of return every week. But if we have to use an average, I'd think around 3%, between 3 and 3.5% per week return, and that's immediately earned the Tuesday after you have deposited. So if you deposit this week, you'll start earning something next week Tuesday, and then from there on you could look at about 3 to 3.5% on average. Don't hold me to it. Some weeks are great and some weeks are a little bit less, but they're real results. Okay. Obviously, as that trading account grows and grows and grows, we'd be hoping that the traders for our team, our trading team, will be able to give us even better results. And obviously, with the Bitcoin price and Ethereum price and the market recovering from January onwards, we obviously expect even greater results to come from them. So that's in a nutshell is what's been happening this week. I don't know if anyone's got any other questions. Feel free to ask. But you immediately, Custodio, if you want results, you'll start seeing it. If you want massive results, obviously money makes money. So this is a passive incoming opportunity for a lot of people. So they'll put in sums of money that they feel comfortable with to start earning, and other people, I'll be honest, will start with a nominal $50, but they know a lot of people and they're going to go and tell a lot of people, and they market the program and tell their friends and so on. And then they'll obviously earn from those commissions. And once they're earning from those commissions, it obviously goes into your wallet, and you can purchase more and more tokens. So there's a kind of a little business side to this, and that's what we're trying to motivate people to start utilizing. If you start utilizing that and you see the power in that, you'll be amazed at how quickly you'll be able to build up your own capital amount. And remember, every week there's people that are purchasing tokens. So every time they purchase tokens, you'll earn from that. So you're actually creating yourself a little passive income where you don't have to put more capital into your own wallet. You'll be earning capital through the bit of effort that you've done to get other people interested. And I think that's how a lot of people are doing it right now. Or alternatively, just leaving their funds there and letting it grow on its own. But I think that's a very long way. You can really fast track this phenomenally quickly. And you'll be amazed. One of the members, I was on the phone with them last week. One of the members was telling me that, Tony, can you help out? We've got a client they want to put in, like I think it was $10,000 or $11,000. They just want to ask a couple of questions and so on and so on. And that person went and put $11,000 in. You get your 5% plus. They were going to be purchasing tokens for the next 6 or 7 months, and they asked me about the automated button, etc., etc. But the point that I'm trying to make is you might have 100 or 200 clients that or friends that you've brought in, and they all started with $50. Over a period of time, that all just keeps growing and growing and growing. Every week they're purchasing more tokens, which mean you get your little commission every week, and this just compounds your wallet exceptionally quicker. And then you get the surprise like this, where someone wants to put in 11 grand. Another person will come in and they'll say, I want to put in $20,000. And another person, and these little surprises come just to boost you. And before you know it, you're on 20 grand and you're earning your 3 or 4% per week. You've got your tokens that are growing in value as well, and they're currently growing in value. So that long-term trading account is definitely growing the token's value. But because of the token sale, guys, we fixed the price at 80 cents. So we're sticking to that, because if we need to start changing the formula now, we're going to confuse our current members, which isn't fair to them. They know what they're in for, and I respect that. We're going to stay exactly the way we are on track, but when the time is right to start the next step of the project and the next step of the project, we'll introduce it. But my current members need to be a bit patient, because we need to sell these tokens out. New members need the fair chance to purchase these tokens at this phenomenal rate, because there's going to be a time in the next months or year where these tokens are going to be valued, or very highly valued, and that's when the current members that are in this program are going to benefit immensely well. All right, so there's a little bit of patience, but that can be overcome with just referring. All right, so we need people to talk about the program. We need people that have knowledge about banners, want to advertise. I know that Harry And I didn't see Harry join the conversation, but I know Harry, one of the clients, that is also busy communicating with me regarding some banners and some links and things like that. We do have some banners and links in the back that connect you to your site, but he wants to do some animated stuff, and I love the ideas. So these things are starting to come to the forefront, and the guys that are already interested in making this a business will definitely grow going forward. Thanks, Custodio. Have a look at anything, and if you've got any questions, you're more than welcome to ask me or Bridget. We're here just to help and make sure that everyone is on track. And if you guys got any other questions, you're welcome to ask. One of the other questions I got today, talking to a potential client, is just the longevity of the project, and we call it it's a self-sustaining model. Okay, it's a self-sustaining model because of this long-term side of things. All right, it will continue to grow. And we've already proven that from January. So Custodio would have seen how all the weeks have been so far. And this will just continue to grow. Guys, we don't need, it would be nice to have new members join so we can get through the token sale quicker. We can get to the part where things start to explode. And if, I don't know if you can see it, but like a wave, you know, we're at the bottom of the wave and it's starting to come up. We need to get to this point here where we're surfing on top of this wave over here. So we're climbing the wave at the moment and we're not quite at the top yet. We need to get to the top here and we need to get to this point. When we're at this point and, you know, that wave's just going to break, that's when you'll see we're on the exchange, the coin will come out, everything will just start happening, and it'll happen very exponentially quickly, very, very quickly. It will start happening because we're at that point. We hoped to do this, the wave would grow quicker. Unfortunately, it's taking a little bit of time. So as we get there, you'll see that things will just progress quicker and quicker and quicker. I hope I answered everybody's questions for this week. Very, very happy that the payments have been going a little bit quicker. We had one or two issues with payments. I think 2 clients that we had a delay with, and that was literally just because of invoicing, the third party that needed to come back to us and invoice. We're investigating what exactly went on there, but I just want to thank everyone for your patience. They come in every week. We continue to strive for that, and to make sure that we don't miss that deadline. But we're just trying to make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be from our lawyer's point of view and from a proper business point of view, that we're all safeguarded here. Other than that, excellent week. We knocked over the 270 mark. We're well over the 150K in the trading. Things are looking bright. I'm very excited towards the end of the year, and I'm hoping that Bitcoin will just continue to recover so that a lot of the people can just see their investments growing even at a greater or more phenomenal rate. So just trying to think if there's anything else that we need to cover. But yeah, I'm also happy with it. I'm happy that CIT is delivering, and we're not promising the moon and the stars, but I think that the results is better than any bank out there at the moment. So you've definitely got your money in a place that's going to do fantastic things. It's not a quick rich scheme, so you're not going to make money here like phenomenally quickly if you're starting with nominal amounts. Remember, money is making money, and that's exactly what this program is doing. It's taking some of the money that we have, we're putting it together, we're putting it into a nice big trading account. We're trading with 20 odd currencies at the moment. And I should have the long-term trading account updated for everybody through the course of this week. So then I'll go send it through to Bridget, and she can just add it onto next week's payout. And then we'll try and keep it as consistent as possible. So as she puts the posters up every Tuesday, you can get the link as well for the long-term trading, where you can just have a look at what that looks like and how it's growing and where the funds are being split over the variety of coins. So very excited. My only last words is just spread the news, talk to people about CIT, spread do a little bit of Facebook marketing. If everyone just says a nice post every every day in a group or on their page and get some interest. Fantastic. If you're not confident or comfortable trying to explain everything to them, I know the white paper is a lengthy document and people get bored when they see you need to go through 30 pages of something to understand it. We can sum it up very quickly, get them to join on the weekly show, to join this live broadcast, and then they can just see who I am, what I'm doing, and what we're busy with. And then we can grow it from there, and they can ask their questions, we can answer it, and then hopefully we've been able to help you get your sign up for the week. So these live broadcasts we'll be doing every week, either on a Tuesday or Wednesday, just depending on my time. And then utilize it for that opportunity to bring in any potential guest or client that you have or sign up that you have, and then we can hopefully help you solidify it, and they're comfortable to join and participate in this. But the results speak for themselves. Very, very happy. I'll ask Bridget just to update that 52-week plan of ours. I think we got to the end of last month. We put the last 4 weeks in. It'll give a nice picture to everything. And then, yeah, have a great week, everybody. Spread the news. Just spread the news. That's all I'm asking from my side. I know that there's a lot of the guys participating in the bounty. If you don't know what the bounty is, that's a free way of earning tokens just for advertising on groups. Advertising on your Twitter, advertising on any form of social media, you get rewarded in tokens for doing so. And I mean, it takes a tweet here or a quick Facebook link there, XYZ. So, you know, if you're posting all your funny stuff for the day, you might as well just post one for CIT and you could be earning new tokens, and you never know, you might be earning a couple of sign-ups as well. So from me, I hope you have a fantastic week. Hope to see everybody next week. We will be doing it probably on Tuesday again. Bridget will confirm that, but probably on Tuesday again, 9:30. Then we can all meet here. To all the German folk, I hope you could understand something I said. Guten Nachen. I'm learning. I hope that's right. Guten Nachen. Have a great night. To my French guys, I've got to learn. I'll learn something, and then I will be here next week with something in French. And to the Afrikaans guys, ek hoop julle het 'n lekker week en geniet dit, en ek hoop ek sien julle almal volgende week. And to everybody else, have a great night. Great having you guys on board. Cheers, man.